children to Riley Hospital for Children with expenses like gas, food, and lodging. Alderfer Bergen and Company. Financial planning. 122 West Market Street in Warsaw and online at alderferbergen.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Tonight's key matchups are brought to you by Arby's on State Road 15 North in Warsaw, Warsaw's only locally owned and operated Arby's restaurant. From the market fresh sandwich to the classic beef and cheddar, Arby's has you covered. Arby's on State Road 15 North in Warsaw, a proud supporter of the Lady Tigers. Warsaw suffered their only loss to this date on the season Saturday in the second game at Crown Point, playing the number one team in the state and defending champs Crown Point. They lost 40-19, and while Warsaw's defense is really good, Rob Renneker, Crown Point's defense was better.
Yes, they were better, absolutely. They threw their trap, their full court trap at us. Our girls actually handled that pretty well. We struggled in the half court. They played good, aggressive man-to-man defense. Our ladies had trouble getting into their offense, and as a result, really struggled offensively.
Warsaw scored 50 in the opener, but just 19. We do the points per possession, and the points per possession for Warsaw for the game against Crown Point was .42. I mean, .9 and up is .9 is kind of the line. Anything over 1.0 is not bad. 1.1 is really good. .42 is tough.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You're not going to win many games getting .42 points per possession, and the ladies know that.
And I think I was encouraged. Let me throw out one more stat. It was a school record, as we said, for fewest points by a Lady Tiger team in a game. It also was the fewest field goals they had made in any game. They went 5 for 29 for the game, and the old record was in 2007 when Northridge beat the Lady Tigers, and Warsaw only had 6 made field goals in that game. So they shot 17% from the field. Again, that's a recipe for not winning. But the girls were in my little office across from the athletic department today, and I didn't know what they were doing there, but they all just kind of came and stood in the doorway, and there were at least 6 or 7 of them, all but really the freshmen were there. And so I was going around the room and talking to them about their injuries. How are you doing? How are you doing? Are you guys all good tonight? And they all said, yes, we're all going to play, which was great. And the approach that I got from them was none of them talked about Saturday. Not a single one of them brought up anything that happened on Saturday. I had to ask them about their injuries. They didn't bring that up. They were completely focused, and it turned their whole attention to Penn tonight. And they bought into that whole concept of Saturday was to get us ready for this game, and this game is to get us ready for the conference next week.
Absolutely, and I love that. And having that kind of attitude is fantastic, because when you look ahead at the next point, you learn from what happens, but you don't dwell on it. And I love the fact that the ladies are looking ahead. And I also love the fact that we're playing this stretch of games here to get us ready for the conference season, because we're playing obviously some exceptionally tough opponents, and that can only help as you go into that conference season.
And the conference season begins next Tuesday when Mark Heater and the Northwood Lady Panthers will be in the Tiger Den, and will be on the air at 7:25 Tuesday on News Now Warsaw. Warsaw averaging 48 points a game, giving up 33. The 33 points allowed is 46th best out of over 300 schools in the state. With the 5 for 29 in the second game, the field goal percentage took a hit. It's down to 38% for the season, but shooting 17% in one of your 6 games will do that to you, right? They made 6 out of 22 from three-point range. But the one thing that I think statistically on the court offensively that you can really hang your hat on is free throws. Warsaw 23 out of 29 at the free throw line for the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though they struggled offensively, they continue to knock down free throws. And I noticed in the stats in the Maryville game, they did a fantastic job of taking care of the ball and knocking down their free throws in that fourth quarter. And this team has gotten really good at that part of the game. When it gets tight late in the game, they know how to take care of the ball, and they really focus at the free throw line and knock those free throws down.
the Lady Tigers with 19 turnovers in that Crown Point game, and a lot of those were in the first half. They did a much better job in the second half of handling the basketball, and we said at the beginning of the year, this is a team that's going to have to handle the ball, and so far they've handled it really well.
They have done exceptionally well, and we saw that right off the bat. Going into that Norwell game, and Norwell is famous for forcing turnovers with their trapping full-court press. Warsaw handled it exceptionally well, and I know both you and I were really impressed after that game at how well they'd handle the pressure and handle the ball.
The Penn Kingsmen are not the Penn Kingsmen that we've seen the last few years, where you literally could ink your starting lineup and have them produce 50, 60 points, and you were going to win. Last year they went 21-4, lost to Crown Point in the regional final 54-45. This year they're 4-2. They lost in their last outing to South Bend, Washington, 49-36 on Friday. They also lost to a Lake Central team who's going to be at the here in the Tiger Den the week before Christmas. They averaged 54, but the difference between this year's team and last year's team is they aren't giving up any points, 25 points per game. Their opponents are shooting about 30% from the field. And while they have not shot the ball well themselves, much like Warsaw, they are defending to make up the difference.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. These teams are very similar in that aspect. And, they've got 2 losses, but those 2 losses are 2 of the best teams in the northern part of the state. But they're really struggling shooting the ball. They're struggling from the free throw line, and they're struggling from the three-point line. And so, the thoughts are if you can keep them out of transition and make them work offensively, you've got a good shot in this one.
And again, you could pencil in from their big 3 from a year ago, you could pencil in easily 40 points. And with the way they play, that was good enough to beat most teams. They don't have that. And I talked to Christy Ulrich, their coach, before the game tonight, and I said, this looks a lot different. She goes, it is a lot different, Roger. This is a team that from night to night will get different performances from different people, and that's why she has not started the same group 2 games in a row yet, and that includes tonight's 7th starting lineup.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That kind of messes with chemistry a little bit, and you kind of play to see who's got the hot hand each night. And it's nice when somebody different can step up every night because, your opponent doesn't know who it is that they've got a key on. But you got to find those leaders who can step up every night, night in and night out, and be leaders and put some points up on the board for you.
Keys to the game quickly?
Keys to the game are going to be limit transition opportunities for Penn and defend the perimeter because they really struggle out there at the three-point line, get a hand in their face.
Warsaw and Penn about to lock up here at the Tiger Den. We're back in the lineups, anthem and tip-off next on News Now Warsaw.
Team goes to work for you. We are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us at brianpetersongroup.com.
Hi, I'm Alan Oldifer. When Warsaw needs something done, our friends and neighbors truly know how to step up to the challenge. And in the business world, we learned a lot in 2020. It was a year the local businesses showed us their strength, creativity, and resilience. Now more than ever, it is important to shop local, as we like to say it, shop a store with a door.
I'm Ben Bowers. The benefits of shopping local go much further than the purchase. By shopping local and keeping the money in our community, we celebrate the uniqueness of our Kosciuszko County. We are blessed with several world-class small businesses and restaurants, and keeping the tax dollars at home builds better roads, parks, schools, and so much more. So shop local, eat local, and enjoy local. Start the trend.
Businesses, make sure you pick up your Shop a Store with a Door window decal at the Kosciuszko Chamber of Commerce or Kensington Digital Media. Supported by the Kosciuszko Chamber of Commerce, Alderfer Bergen and Company, Bowers Jewelry, and News Now Warsaw, 1480 AM and 99.7 FM.
Find out what's happening in your community on In the Know, Saturday mornings at 7 on News Now Warsaw.
This is the 20th meeting between Warsaw and Penn in girls basketball. Penn leads the series 11-8. They've won the last 6 in the series. including 2 in the sectional in the last 2 years in the final, 2 years ago here in the Tiger Den and last year at Goshen. Warsaw's last win was in 2017 in the Palace, 40-33.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please stand as the Warsaw Tiger Pep Band plays our national anthem. Good evening and welcome to the Tiger Den, home of the Lady Tigers. Tonight, the Lady Tigers are hosting the Lady Kingsmen of Penn High School. And here are the starting lineups, first of all, for Penn. Starting at guard, number 10, Lauren Walsh. At guard, number 12, Gracie Bobo. At guard, number 22, Jess Troy. At forward, number 24, Jada Patton. And at guard, number 30, Sydney Little. The Lady Kingsmen are coached by Christy Ulrich, assisted by Vicki Gard, Endisha Bonner, and Angela Yarrow. And now for the Lady Tigers. Starting at guard, a 5'8" junior, number 5, Zoe Bergen. At guard, a 5'6" senior, number 11, Bailey Stevens. Starting at forward, a 5'9" sophomore, number 15, Ava Eagle. Starting at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 31, Abby Center. Starting at guard, a 5'9" senior, number 35, Caitlin Krebs. The Lady Tigers are coached by Lenny Krebs, assisted by Jack Beer, Jim Spiker, Kevin Bragg, and Hannah Wanamaker.
And your officiating crew tonight, 3 guys we like a lot: Justin Chippy, Trent Beer, and Tony Rowland. Well, last chance to get yourself ready for Northern Lakes Conference play, which begins next Tuesday here at the Tiger Den against Northwood. Penn in road blacks, old gold numbers with white trim. Warsaw on the home white uniforms, black numbers trimmed in orange. Trent Beer's got the ball. And up she goes, and we are underway, and Warsaw wins the tip. They'll be heading to the east end of the Tiger Den here in the opening half. And Penn comes out in a 1-3-1 half-court trap. And then they back up a little bit. It's more like a 3-2 extended zone. Krebs right wing. Out to Stevens. Stevens starts in, then throws it back out to Bergen. Left side to Egoff. Out to Bergen. All the way to the near side to Stevens. Stevens out to Sander. Back to Stevens. Fakes the jump shot. Now throws it to Krebs in the corner. Out to the wing for Stevens, and she'll back it out to the timeline. Penn won the JV game 27-26. They won the freshman game also 32-24. So the varsity looking for the 3-game sweep here at the high school tonight. Bergen right corner. Lobs it inside Sander. Turns. Had it blocked. Tipped in the lane. Grabbed by Penn. Looked like she got hammered. Play goes on. Rebound grabbed by Bobo for the Kingsmen. Quickly down court, up the baseline a little. For a little 5-footer, it's good. Warsaw got a 3-footer, couldn't make it. Penn got a 2-footer, they did, and Penn has the early lead.
Yeah, the Tigers taking their time here, trying to figure out this zone defense. They did a nice job of getting the ball inside on that first trip.
Stevens hands back to Krebs in transition, and Penn drops back into a 3-2 zone. 3 guards along the front, and 2 players roaming the back, which means the corners are open. Krebs on the right, fakes to the corner, throws it back out to Stevens. Lenny Krebs goes marching up the sidelines to call the play. Krebs back out to Stevens. Those 2 playing catch. Now back to the corner. Krebs off a screen for 3. Missed it long. Bergen's going to get to the rebound and save it in, but she saves it to Penn. And then Walsh is fouled by the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, they got the look they wanted. They got Caitlin with a wide open 3-point look. They set a nice screen for her, threw the ball up over the top of the screen down into the corner, but she shot the ball a little long. No doubt a little pumped up for this one.
So Penn with the lead, almost 2 minutes into the opening quarter. They've got the ball. Walsh, a sophomore, to the near side for Bobo, who is a senior. Now Walsh out on the right. Out to the top for a long 3-pointer by Troy, and it's good. That's her 8th 3-pointer of the year. Only Bobo's got more with 9, and it's quickly 5-0 Penn. Sander at the line, back to Krebs. Across the line, near sideline to Egoff. Egoff now is trapped, gets it back to Krebs. Krebs looking right, throws it left to Bergen. Then she throws it to Sander, and Sander had it stripped away and stolen by Walsh.
Yeah, Sander was triple teamed when they made that bounce pass to her at the elbow.
Troy out on the left wing against Stevens in a man-to-man. Driving down the lane is Patton. Patton throws it up wildly, no good. Rebound to the Lady Tigers. Krebs has it. She's in transition. Penn is back defensively. Stevens takes a look, directing traffic, and we'll start a left-hand dribble. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Warsaw has not yet scored. They're down by 5. Stevens left alone. Shoots for 3. Way wide left, no good. Egoff won't get to it before it bounces out of bounds, and Penn will have it back.
Yeah, Bailey had an open three, but it didn't come in the flow of the offense. And ideally, you want to move that ball a little bit, and so you catch it. When you get it back, you're in a rhythm.
Walsh across the line against Bergen. Near sideline for Troy. Out top for Patton. Now Walsh. Out to the top for Bobo. Near side to Jada Patton. Patton holding and looking. Out to the right side, they swing it to Bobo. Guarded loosely by Krebs. Out to Walsh. And they'll poked away by Bergen, and Bergen steals it. We're going to have a foul call. Bergen stole it. Walsh accidentally fell on Bergen and knocked her over. And so that'll be the first foul against the Kingsmen in the game, and Warsaw gets a steal and a stop and the ball.
Yeah, great job by Zoe that time defending the point guard and just took the ball right away from her up there at the top.
Sander across the line to Krebs, in between the circles. Right side to Stevens. Stevens had the ball knocked away, then she got it back. She was looking around the court, holding the ball right in front of her, and Little reached in there and knocked it free. Stevens. Right side Krebs, open and shooting for three, no good. Long rebound, Egoff couldn't get to it. It's grabbed by Walsh for Penn. 4 minutes to play in the quarter, 5-0 Kingsmen. Patton swings it around, Bobo for a long three, that's no good. Good block out by Stevens, but the ball's tipped around and grabbed, oh, then it's taken away. Troy grabbed the rebound, then her pass was stolen by Bergen. Stevens, left wing Bergen, up the baseline, slipped it inside of Sander and threw it wide of Sander. Stolen by Walsh, puts it up, blocked by Stevens, and she was out of bounds. Walsh caught the ball standing on the end line, out of bounds to Warsaw.
Yeah, the Tigers, they aren't handling the ball very well, but their defense is pretty good right now. They've got some block shots, some steals. That time Stevens hustling back, blocked the layup attempt, and caused a turnover by Penn.
Three-quarter courts of pressure here by the Kingsmen. Bergen to Stevens. Brooke Winchester's into the game for Warsaw. Egoff is out, and a whistle and 10 seconds called. Warsaw took too long to get it over the timeline, and that gives the ball back to the Kingsmen with 3:23 left in the quarter, and Penn leading Warsaw 5-0.
Yeah, it's okay to be patient, bringing the ball up court against that, but you got to keep pushing it forward.
Patton to throw it in at the mid-court line right in front of the scores table. There's news on that we'll share with you in just a minute. Julia Ekanamu is into the game for Penn. Right side to Walsh, out to Bobo. They swing it around to another new kid. That's Peyton Atkins, who's into the game for the Kingsmen. Patton on the drive around Winchester. Into the corner. Jump shot for three by Atkins is good. And a timeout will be taken here by Lenny Krebs. 2:58 left to play first quarter. Warsaw trails Penn 8-0. We're back in 30 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Basketball is a game where your team could play man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press. You could focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy you use, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder for Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future.
Let Alder for Bergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder for Bergen and Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderforbergen.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
News RSW 1480 AM and W259 DJ 99.7 FM, Warsaw, Indiana.
As we said, the scores table is missing somebody tonight. Rick Timmons is not here. Rick is having some back trouble, some serious back trouble. And so Rick is home listening like all of you are. So Rick, we hope that you are getting better. We hope that we figure out the way to the solution for the problem, and we hope to see you back here in the Tiger Den very, very soon. We miss you, and your wife is doing a great job. Tony Sumter's filling in for Timmons at the scorers table. Out left side, Stevens. Directing traffic. Got swiped at by Adkins. Now puts it on the floor twice. Out to Bergen. Bergen dribbled right, then left, and gives it back to Stevens. 2:25 left in the quarter. Penn leads Warsaw 8-0. Krebs out on the left. Penn's changed defenses again. Krebs lobs inside. Sander had it stripped away in a foul call. Walsh reached in And that becomes a problem for Christy Ulrich because Walsh now has 2 fouls at 2:14 of the opening quarter.
Yeah, that was nice of Penn to switch out of that zone and go back to man-to-man. And as soon as they did, the Tigers got the ball down into the post to Abby Sander, and she went strong to the hoop.
Abby at the free throw line over the weekend was a perfect 10 out of 10. The first one's up and in. Abby's been in double figures in all 6 games for the Lady Tigers this season. Her average just under 14. She had 14 points against Merrillville and 11 against Crown Point. She had 11 of the Lady Tigers' 19. Winchester back out for Warsaw. Abby Peterson into the game for Warsaw. Second one up, second one good. So Sander gets the Lady Tigers on the board at 2:15 of the opening quarter. They trail 8-2. And Warsaw drops back into a 1-2-2 zone defense, and Penn turns it over. Pass into the wing, Nia Taylor couldn't handle it. One of the Lady Tigers got out there, I could not tell who.
Yeah, that was Bailey Stevens. Surprise, surprise. Bailey's defense is phenomenal, and she was all over the Penn player that time, which caused her to mishandle the pass.
Up the sidelines against pressure, Krebs has it. She's trapped. Lobs back to the middle. Good catch by Stevens. Stevens on the drive down the right side of the lane, all the way to the basket. Missed it. Tipped by Sander. Out of bounds. Warsaw's going to maintain possession.
Yeah, I like the idea of going to the hoop strong. Bailey was a little bit out of control that time. Couldn't get up. A nice shot. But Abby Sander was there on the backside for the offensive rebound.
If she would take one more dribble and jump off 2 steps, that's 2 points. Stevens into the right corner to Sander. Sander hands back to Stevens. Stevens off a screen. Stops. Almost fell down with it. Krebs at the foul line, spins into the lane, double team. Left side Peterson, open for 3, rimming, no good. Sander back up and in. Sander with all 4 Warsaw points, and the Lady Tigers are within 4. A minute and a half left to play opening quarter here at the Tiger Den. Now Warsaw comes out trapping. Near corner Atkins. Atkins pressured, up the baseline she goes, ran into Sander, ran out of bounds. She just flat ran out of room here in the Tiger Den, and the student section down below is happy to point that out.
Yeah, how about that? That caught Penn by surprise. The Tigers went into a 1-3-1 half-court trap, and they ended up dribbling into the trap along the baseline, and they were forced out of bounds, and the Tigers get the ball back.
2-1-2 full court pressure by Penn. Warsaw beats it easily. Cross-court pass, good catch by Sander. Out the Krebs for a 25-footer, good. And a timeout will be taken here by Penn as Warsaw has scored 7 in a row with 1:10 left to play here in the opening quarter. It's Penn 8, Warsaw 7. And we're back at 30 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Your late model is wanted at R&B Car Company because we're buying vehicles. That's right. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, even those big honkin' diesels. And we're buying on the spot. It's business as usual. Max allowance for your trade. Or we'll still give you $2,500 minimum for your trade-in. No payments for 90 days with approved credit. We'll deliver or buy your vehicle anywhere. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, Michiana. Fast and friendly service and the best deal bottom line. Shop now and get pre-approved at rbcarcompany.com.
Dave Ramsey, weeknights at 6 on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Roger and Rob with you on a Tuesday night in the Tiger Den, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Warsaw on a 1-3-1 half-court trap. They've scored the last 7 to get to within 1. Here with a minute to play now in our first quarter. Little down to the baseline, caught by Ekanamu. She bobbled it, picked up by Little, and there's a foul call. I thought there was going to be a foul in there somewhere. Finally, the whistle sounds, and Warsaw will pick up their second team foul. Unfortunately, they've both been on Zoe Bergen with 53 seconds left to play. Bergen now has 2, but she's still out there. And play resumes. Troy to Little, to Troy across the center circle. Down to the right corner to Atkins. She's trapped, lobs high over the head of Little, and it'll go in the backcourt. It'll be a turnover, and Warsaw will get the ball back.
How about that? This Lady Tiger team with this half-court trap is causing problems for this Penn team. Penn, very disciplined, good ball handlers. They don't average many turnovers a game, yet they're struggling with this half-court trap by the Tigers.
Warsaw is down 8-0 with 2:58 left to play in the quarter, and now they have a chance for the lead here in the final possession of the period. Stevens slowly dribbling right, then goes left off a Sander screen, then throws it back to the right to Krebs. Peterson, touch pass inside, and it's knocked out of bounds by Penn.
Tigers got a break that time. They tried to get the ball in the low post to Abby Sander, but the defense was there. It looked like it was going to be a steal, but Penn wasn't able to handle the ball cleanly, and it went out of bounds.
Hoover had two hands on it and couldn't reel it in. And Stevens, at the last second, lobs it into Krebs with 20 seconds. Hands back to Stevens, 18 seconds. She'll bring it out to the center circle. Watched closely by Jessa Troy. 13, 12, 11. Right side Peterson, ball knocked off her foot and out of bounds. Adkins reached over Abby's right shoulder, knocked it off her foot, and it's out of bounds to Penn with 8.6 left in the quarter. Atkins throws it in to Troy. Troy through the center circle with 6 seconds. Runs into Peterson, lobs to the near corner, caught by Ekonamu for three, no good. Rebound Little back up at the buzzer, and it is good. Little with her second basket ends the 8-0 or the 7-0 Warsaw run, and after one, it's Penn 10 and Warsaw 7. We'll start quarter number 2 in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Hello, I'm Jay Rigdon. In basketball, as in life, preparation is key. That's why those of us at Rock Hill Pennock work so hard. We put in the long hours necessary to help you win your case. We develop our skills through legal education, mediation training, and using the latest technology to fight for you. Our attorneys use their decades of experience to make sure that we're prepared to give you the best outcome possible. If you'd like to talk to us about your legal needs, call 267-6116 for an appointment. Rock Hill Pennock, lawyers you can count on.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, car stalls won't start, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, I reckon any state, and be the best race, take the next step, call records and depth, go with the guys who got the best tools, if you get in a wreck, they'll come and get you, bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, call records and depth, to come get you,
Remember, when you get in a wreck,
call records and depth.
This is Warsaw's Tiger Station. News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Roger and Rob back with you at the Tiger Den after one. Penn leads Warsaw 10-7.
Yeah, Penn is out rebounding the Lady Tigers 7-5. Warsaw with 5 turnovers, Penn with 6 turnovers, and Penn is 4 of 7 from the field.
Penn with the ball on the alternating possession to start quarter number 2. Atkins right corner, got away from Peterson but couldn't shoot it. Little lobs to Patton, she's surrounded. Out to the right to Troy, back out to Little. Little will direct traffic. It's a 1-2-2 zone defense this trip by Lenny Krebs and the Lady Tigers. Troy, now to Little, far side of the center circle out near midcourt. Lobs to Patton at the foul line, squares up against Sander, triple teamed, lobs back to the near side for a three-pointer by Troy, but she traveled.
She took that little bunny hop, didn't she?
Yeah. I was never a good shooter, so I never had to worry about that bunny hop. What's that like to have to take that bunny hop to make a shot?
You know, a lot of ladies do it,
Yeah.
or a lot of players do it, period, and it doesn't get called very much, and that time they called it.
Pressure on, Krebs to the line, lobs up the sideline standard, touch pass down to Stevens. Oh, Bailey had a wide open layup, and as she turned, the ball, I think, hit her own leg and went out of bounds. And Penn gets the ball back. Warsaw's had a couple of really good opportunities down by the basket, go by the wayside.
Yeah, they really have, and that was one of them right there. It was a nice pass into Bailey, but unfortunately she just lost the grip on it.
Now here's Troy, way out near the scorer's table. To the near side for Little. Little, down to the near corner, Atkins. Back to Little. Across to Troy. Now back to Little as they play catch against the Warsaw zone. Inside Patton got free and she traveled. She didn't catch it cleanly, and she had to take an extra step to get control before she made her move.
Yeah, she made a little jump hop into the lane, didn't she, when she first caught that? So Penn, uncharacteristically, is already up to 8 turnovers now.
A lot of action, but not much happening. Stevens against the press, ahead to Peterson, whips a pass down low to Sander. Sanders surrounded. Out to Krebs, open for 3, no good. Long rebound, Winchester's got it for the Lady Tigers. Out to Krebs, now to Stevens, and Warsaw reloads. A minute and a half into the second, Warsaw trailing Penn 10-7. Stevens working left. Slowly, not really going anywhere with it. Now Winchester, hands back to Krebs. Krebs, now in the middle of the court to Stevens. Stevens looks confused. Her hand is up like, what are we doing here? Stevens, right side Peterson. Looks down at Sander. In the corner, Krebs. Sander went down inside trying to get open. Now they whip it around to Steven to the left. She's kind of peering around trying to see who's open. She finds Peterson in the corner. Shot no good. Sander the rebound. Back up and in. Abby Sanders got 6 of Warsaw's 9, and it's a 1-point Penn lead.
Yeah, they don't have anybody to match Sander inside right now. You got Patton, who's big and strong, but Sander is bigger and is doing a nice job of getting position inside.
Little way out top, above the volleyball line. Ball faking, not really going anywhere. Now Troy. Troy back across the top to Little. Little takes it left, lobs it out to Patton at the foul line. She'll shoot from there and hit. Jada Patton's been a Lady Tiger killer over the last 2 seasons. They've had some great players, but it's been Patton who seems to have the biggest games against the Lady Tigers, and she hits there to make it 12-9.
Yeah, you know, when they introduced Patton, I had some bad memories.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I'll tell you what, she is a player.
Peterson trying to throw it inside, throw it away. Patton a steal. Up ahead to a wide open Troy, who takes it down and puts it in. Another Lady Tiger turnover that sets up Penn points. 14-9 in favor of the Kingsmen. 4:45 left to play here in the first half. Krebs, Stevens in a hurry across the line through a double team back to Peterson. Across to Krebs. Makes a move, steps back for an 18-footer and missed it. Rebound grabbed by Patton and she takes off running. Behind the back dribble at midcourt. Down the lane, underhand pass went right through the hands of Hoover. It's loose and Krebs gets it out of there to Sander for the Lady Tigers. Stevens in transition, Penn is back. 4:20 left to play in the half. Warsaw down by 5. Right side Peterson. Out top for Winchester. Left side to Stevens. They look at Sander in the post. They can't get it to her. Krebs now looking at Winchester, 2-person game. Peterson out at the top of the circle. Left side to Sander beyond the 3-point arc. Takes it down to the block. Shoots it up. Foul call. Abby Sander with 20 feet of dribble there to get that ball down where she wanted it. And she'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, it's interesting. Patton is huffing and puffing. Patton, being a post player, is trying to chase Peterson all over the court right now because they're matched up in a man-to-man, and she finally gave up at one point and just stopped in the lane and let Peterson run.
Free throw by Sander is good. She's got 7 of Warsaw's 10. 14-10 Penn. 3:58 left to play here in the first half. Patton will take a break. Ekanamu is back in for the Kingsmen. Sander to shoot again. It's in the air. It's good. She is locked in at the free throw line. And when you're 6'2" girls locked into the free throw line, fouling is not a good option for the opponents. Across the line against the half-court trap. Troy, far side, back across to Atkins. Down to the corner for Bobo. Touches it down for Ekanamu. Now back out to the far side to Troy. Down to the baseline to Little. Slipped it inside for a 12-footer by Ekanamu. Way short. And Stevens has the rebound for Warsaw. Stevens up the sidelines. Got pushed out of bounds. Bobo with the foul for Penn. Her first. Team's 4th. You know, I met with the officials before the game because I know these guys. And so they said, what do you think? Good game tonight? I said, yeah. And I said, I think you guys will have a pretty easy night because these two teams don't foul a lot. And it's proved to be very true.
It has been very, very true, although they've been busy with some of the turnovers, unfortunately.
Krebs out to the left, bounces to Sander. Sander to the right, Stevens in the corner. New kid in there, that's Layla Neff for 3, shot no good. Egoff is back in there too. She had inside position. The ball was tipped away from her by Troy and off the end line out of bounds. Warsaw regroups. The 5 out there now for Krebs, Stevens, Egoff, Sander, Nepp, and Krebs. And Stevens is looking and lobs it out to Krebs near the timeline. 3:15 left in the half. Warsaw trails by 3. Off a screen, Krebs at the top. Dribbles toward the right elbow, lost the ball, picked it back up. Out of net. The freshman off a Sander screen. Hands off to Stevens on the wing. Stevens on the left wing, lobs it into Sander. Too high, too hard, and out of bounds. She stood there and stared at it, and then threw it, and it was still open, and the pass was just a hair too long.
Yeah, and Penn has done a nice job with the backside help, trying to prevent that. And that time the backside help wasn't there, but the pass was just too hard.
We expected a low-scoring game tonight, and we are getting that too. 14-11 Penn with the ball in a 3-point lead. Atkins for an NBA 3, and it's good. A team that had struggled from 3-point range has found the range tonight. Through 6 games, they had just 28. They've got 3 here in the first half, and they lead 17-11. Lady Tigers need a hoop this trip. Stevens, out of Krebs. Right corner, Egoff. Out the foul line, Stevens. Into the lane. Oh, was wide open and didn't shoot it. Egoff back out to Stevens. Left side, Krebs. Down to the corner for Knapp. Knapp at the foul line, Egoff. Egoff makes her move to the right block. Back across to Sander in the lane. That shot is off. Rebound tipped, and a foul is going to be called against the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, nice job by Egoff that time. Penetrated to the basket, drew the double team, got the ball to Sander, who was 10 feet from the bucket, but left it short.
Peterson in for Krebs with 2:04 left in the quarter. The foul was on Knapp. That's your first. Warsaw's been called for 3, Penn for 4. And here comes Atkins, who had hit 3 3-pointers in 6 games, and she's got 2 here in the first half. Troy to Atkins. Back across to Troy. 35 feet from the basket. Back across. Stevens went for the steal, didn't get it. Atkins will gather up for 3. No good. Sander couldn't control the rebound. Little's got it. And Penn gets a reload. Left side, Bobo for 3. That's way short. Rebound in the lane. Atkins stumbled and fell down and traveled with the ball. And Warsaw once again gets a huge break.
You know, they really did. Penn is getting a lot of offensive rebounds, and sometimes we talk about this. When you're in a zone, you fail to put a body on somebody and block them out, and Penn is kind of roaming free under the basket when shots are going up, and they're coming down with a lot of offensive boards.
17-11, Penn with the lead, Warsaw with the ball. 1:20 left to play here in the first half. Egoff right corner to Knapp. Knapp at the foul line, Stevens. Makes her move down the lane, off the glass, and in. That's the move that she should have made last time. She makes it that time, and she makes it pay.
Yeah, that was very under control. A nice, powerful move. Went off of 2 feet and went up strong.
Final minute of the quarter. Warsaw down by 4. Penn with the ball at the near end. Troy out to Atkins. Atkins looked over down below us, was going to throw the ball. There was nobody to throw it to, and she kind of shakes her head like, what are we doing here? We've seen that from both teams in the first half, haven't we?
Yeah, we really have. Both teams have struggled offensively. Of course, we knew this was 2 good defensive teams.
Little, near side Atkins at NBA range, down to Bobo. Back out the sideline to Atkins, 35 seconds. Around to Troy, back to Little, quickly around to Atkins. Shoots a 3 over Peterson, that's way long. Stevens with the rebound for Warsaw. Stevens in transition up the middle of the court, near side of center. Throws it out to Sander. Sander throws it to Stevens. Wasn't sure what Abby was thinking there. She looked like she was thinking about shooting it. She was thinking about throwing it to Egoff, who was double teamed. Warsaw with a chance to get the final shot of this half and the first of the next one. 6 seconds. 5. Right side Knapp. Into the corner, Peterson with 3. With 2, back to Knapp. She shoots a 3 at the buzzer. No good. Look good from here, was a little bit long. At halftime, Penn leads Warsaw 17-13. First half scoring comes your way after a 90-second break on News Now Warsaw.
Lake City Restoration on Argonne Road at Warsaw is there when you need them most. Call 574-385-9111. Whether it's damage from a fire, flood, mold, storm, or biohazard, Lake City Restoration is the solution for your emergency service needs. Call 574-385-9111. That's 385-9111. Online at lcrestore.com or simply Google Lake City Restoration.
When my team goes to work for you, we are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us at brianpetersongroup.com.
Basketball is a game where your team could play man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press. You could focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy you use, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder for Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future.
Let Alder for Bergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder for Bergen and Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderforbergen.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
The Warsaw Tigers play here on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Halftime at the Tiger Den. Warsaw trails Penn 17-13. First half scoring for the Kingsmen. Peyton Atkins is their leader. She's got a couple of threes. She has 6 points. Jessa Troy has a 3 and a 2 for 5. Jada Patton 2. Sydney Little 4. For Warsaw, Bailey Stevens 2. Caitlin Krebs 3. And Abby Sanders got the rest. 8 first half points with 2 field goals and 4 out of 4 at the free throw line. Warsaw trailed 10-7 after 1 and had a chance, had a ball in the air that would have tied the game. It did go in. Penn outscored Warsaw in that quarter 7-6 to give us our score of 17-13. We were never tied, and we've had no lead changes. Penn won the first 2 games of the night. They won the freshman game 32-24. They won the JV game 27-26. The JV team is now 4-3 on the season, and there are 3 losses to teams that at the moment haven't lost yet, to my knowledge, and that's by a total of 4 points. Again, 17-13 is the halftime score. Penn with the lead. Rob's got the first half stats. Those are coming your way after this timeout on News Now Warsaw.
Your late model is wanted at R&B Car Company because we're buying vehicles. That's right. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, even those big honkin' diesels. And we're buying on the spot. It's business as usual. Max allowance for your trade. Or we'll still give you $2,500 minimum for your trade-in. No payments for 90 days with approved credit. We'll deliver or buy your vehicle anywhere. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, Michiana. Fast and friendly service and the best deal bottom line. Shop now and get pre-approved at rbcarcompany.com.
Welcome to another exciting year of Tiger basketball. At Rock Hill Pinnock, we enjoy listening to a hard-fought game with excitement and uncertainty at the end. However, uncertainty is exactly the opposite of what you want from a law firm. You want attorneys who know the law, who know how to solve your problem, and can give you the certainty of sound legal advice. That's what we pride ourselves on here at Rock Hill Pinnock. I'm Jay Rigdon, and I'm inviting you to call us at 267-6116 for an appointment to discuss your legal needs. Rock Hill Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, car stalls won't start, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, wrecking in these states and meet the best rates, take the next step, call records and depth, go with the guys who got the best tools, if you get in a wreck, they'll come and get you, bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, call records and depth to come get you.
Remember, when you get in a wreck,
call records and depth.
give us 15 minutes. We'll give you the world. This is News Now Warsaw.
Halftime here at Warsaw, 17-13. Penn with the lead, and the halftime stats are brought to you by Aldifer Bergen & Company. Let them be the head coach of your financial planning team. Aldifer Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street in Warsaw, and online at aldiferbergen.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Rob Renneker, go ahead.
Okay, here we go in that first half. Penn was 7 of 14 from the field, that's 50%. They were 3 of 7 from three-point range, and they didn't go to the free throw line. The Lady Tigers in that first half were 4 of 16 from the field. They were 1 of 9 from three-point range and 4 of 4 from the charity stripe. In the first half, Penn had 10 turnovers. Warsaw converted those into 7 points. Warsaw had 8 turnovers, and Penn converted those into 8 points. Warsaw out-rebounded Penn 12-11. Penn pulled down 5 offensive boards and converted those into 2 points. Warsaw pulled down 8 offensive rebounds and converted those into 4 points. Points off the bench, Penn got 6 points from their bench. Warsaw did not get any contributions from their bench.
Well, we have talked a lot, and this is an original thing. This is something that Rob and I made up over the course of the years of doing basketball together. When you get 8 offensive rebounds, you should expect to get somewhere between 6 and 10 points off those rebounds, and they didn't. And right now, that's a huge difference in the game.
That really is a huge difference in the game. That and the fact that Penn is shooting the ball very well. They're shooting 50% from the field, 3 of 7 from three-point range, and so that really seems to be where this game is at right now.
If form holds, Penn's going to miss some more shots, right, in the second half, and Warsaw needs to be ready to capitalize on it.
Yeah, if percentages catch up, correct. You know, Warsaw's doing a great job defensively. They forced Penn into 10 turnovers. Yeah. Penn averages 12 turnovers a game, 11 turnovers.
Almost 12.
Almost 12 turnovers a game. They're already at 10 at halftime. Our defense is doing a phenomenal job. Penn is just knocking down the shots they're getting, and Warsaw is not.
Okay, so what do you see about Penn's zone defense that's giving Warsaw so much trouble?
Well, early on, Warsaw wasn't penetrating. And, you know, we talk about bad shooting, hiding, or making it look like you're not playing well. And I think that's kind of the case. Warsaw is only 4 of 16 from the field, 1 of 9 from three-point range. I don't think they're playing poorly. I think they're getting some good looks. They just aren't knocking down the shots.
So they're going to have to penetrate. They're going to have to draw some double teams, and then be able to make that pass to an open player, and then that player's going to have to make that shot.
Yeah, absolutely, and they did that a couple of times. They got the ball down inside, and there were some nice interior passes, but then the Tigers failed to convert those into points.
Those are the halftime stats brought to you by Alderfer Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street in Warsaw, and online at alderferbergen.com. We start the third after this 90-second break from Steve Scott on News Now Warsaw.
Lake City Restoration on Argonne Road in Warsaw is there when you need them most. Call 574-385-9111. Whether it's damage from a fire, flood, mold, storm, or biohazard, Lake City Restoration is the solution for your emergency service needs. Call 574-385-9111. That's 385-9111, online at lcrestore.com, or simply Google Lake City Restoration.
When my team goes to work for you, we are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us at brianpetersongroup.com.
Basketball is a game where your team could play man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press. You could focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy you use, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alderfer Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future.
Let Alderfer Bergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alderfer Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderferbergen.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Now back to the Lady Tigers on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Some of the other games going on at halftime. Fairfield leads Wawasee 21-15. Rough weekend for the Warriors. They lost to Concord in their conference opener on Friday and then lost to Triton at home on Saturday. Valley and McConaughey on a key Three Rivers Conference matchup are tied at 19 in the second, and Elkhart leads Northridge 19-14 at halftime.
Yeah, you and I had a chance to see Northridge play twice over the weekend over at Crown Point. Typical Northridge, fundamentally sound. They play really good defense. They got some open shots. They struggled from the field at times, but once again, a good solid unit from that Northridge group.
So especially the Crown Point game. They had all kinds of shots in the lane, but they were looking around for the 6'4" girl, Lily Stoddard, and they missed some shots where she just kind of was going to let them shoot it, and they just couldn't ever get it in the basket. Otherwise, that would have been a lot more entertaining game. Warsaw with the ball to start the third, trailing 17-13 to Penn here at the Tiger Den. Stevens out to Bergen. Again, it's Penn in a zone defense. Egoff was it back out to Krebs. Krebs, top of the circle, lobs, high pick and roll down to Sander, had a block, foul called. Little with the foul, her first.
And that time Little stepped in underneath Sander. Said they ran the pick and roll. They threw the ball up high to Sander, and as Sander was coming down, Little had slipped underneath her and hadn't given her room to come down.
Sander at the line where she's been pretty good so far. Trying to get her team within two with a couple free throws here. The first one is in. Abby in double figures in all 6 games so far. Needs one more free throw here to make it 7 out of 7. The 6'2" senior headed to trying to play basketball next year. That one's up. It's good too. Abby's got 10, and Warsaw trails 17-15. She hasn't missed a free throw since the middle of last week. Here's Walsh out top for Troy. Warsaw in a 1-2-2 zone defense, which has caused its own problems for the Kingsman offense. Bobo out to Walsh. Across the top to Troy. Troy back to the near side for Walsh. Toward the baseline cutoff, falls back and fires and hits. Lauren Walsh with her first two. 50 seconds into the third quarter. Penn back up by 4. Sainer around to Krebs. Krebs into the post for Egoff. Nothing happening. Bergen drives down to the right block, spins around, up and under move, and couldn't get it. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Evie Egoff. It belongs to the Kingsmen.
You could see at that time that when Zoe got the ball, she had determined she was going to go to the hoop, and she ended up making a nice move inside, just couldn't get it to fall.
Long skip pass left corner. Open is Bobo for a jumper, and that's good. Penn has found the range shooting the basketball tonight. They lead 21-15, a minute and a half into the third. Right sideline, right in front of the Warsaw bench to Krebs. Stevens around the corner to Egoff, and then the ball's knocked off of Bergen's hands and out of bounds. And Warsaw turns it over again.
And that time Sander had great position down in the post. The Tigers couldn't get her the ball. You know, oftentimes when you got that defender right in your face and you have the ball, it's hard to get that pass off, and that's what happened that time.
Little, hands off to Walsh, far side to Troy. Troy 40 feet from the basket, back to the near side for Walsh. Big trip here. Penn scores, they push it back up to where they had it at the beginning of the game. Remember, they scored the first 8. And then Warsaw answered with 7. And a whistle and a timeout taken by Penn. This will be a 30. We're going to keep it here this time with 6:05 left to play in the third quarter, and Penn leading 21-15. You've been asking, what time does the boys' game start tomorrow night? Well, it's a trick question because the boys don't start tomorrow night. They don't start until Saturday. The Valley game has been moved on purpose to the last Wednesday of the regular season. So Warsaw's opening game of the year will be at Columbia City on Saturday night. Jared Shaw is just on fire to start broadcasting boys basketball, and he'll be with me at the brand new Columbia City gym on Saturday to bring it to you on News Now Warsaw starting at 6:10.
Yeah, good for Jared. It'll be good to have him in the seat next to you and calling some boys games. I'm looking forward to calling a few boys games with you this year as well.
Absolutely. Right now we're trying to coax the Lady Tigers back in this game. They're down by 6, 2 minutes into the third. Little's 15-footer on the outside, no good. Rebound grab by Stevens for the Lady Tigers. Stevens in transition, right sideline to Bergen, quickly down to Egoff, and she's fouled from behind by Sydney Little. Her second of the quarter, second against Penn this quarter, out of bounds to Warsaw on the baseline.
How about that in transition that time? Egoff ran right down into the low post. The Tigers looked for her and got her the ball immediately.
And substitution here. Anaya Taylor will come into the game for Penn. And at 5'11", she's going to play at the front of the zone. Stevens into the right corner to Bergen. Bergen up the sideline to Stevens, and she'll take it out toward the center circle. Start left and come back to the right. And she threw it out of bounds. Penn jumped 2 girls out onto Krebs, and the post was wide open, and Bailey had already made her mind where she was going to throw it.
She really had, and when that pass went flying, I couldn't figure out who she was throwing it to because Krebs wasn't anywhere near it yet. And you're right, they had Krebs double-teamed.
Patton right sideline. Warsaw trapping everywhere. Into the corner, Bobo 4-3, no good. Long rebound, nobody from Warsaw goes to get it. It's tipped out and grabbed by Walsh. Then she threw it away. It's stolen by Krebs. Krebs racing down court. 1-on-3, stops, throws it backwards, throws it away. It's saved in bounds. Sander dives on it, and timeout will be taken by Lenny Krebs. Timeout Warsaw. This will be a 30. We'll take this one. 5:14 left to go, third quarter. Penn 21, Warsaw 15. We're back in 30 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Your late model is wanted at R&B Car Company because we're buying vehicles. That's right. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, even those big honkin' diesels. And we're buying on the spot. It's business as usual. Max allowance for your trade. Or we'll still give you $2,500 minimum for your trade-in. No payments for 90 days with approved credit. We'll deliver or buy your vehicle anywhere. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, Michiana. Fast and friendly service and the best deal bottom line. Shop now and get pre-approved at rbcarcompany.com.
Listen to the Tigers anywhere in the world at newsnowwarsaw.com and the News Now Warsaw app.
Roger Grossman, Rob Renneker back at the Tiger Den. Warsaw with the ball inbounds after taking their second timeout, trailing Penn 21-15. Oh, high-low lob. There's Stevens finding Sander, and Sander put it up and in. Again, what she didn't do before, she did there, and it pays off.
That was beautiful that time. Coming out of the timeout, the Tigers executed exceptionally well.
Past the wing. Atkins gets free, throws it all the way out to an open Walsh for three. That's no good, and Sanders got that rebound. So Warsaw gets a stop down by 4, and here they come. In transition, Bergen. Egoff open on the block, couldn't get it to her. Now they're swinging around to Sander, now to Krebs left wing. Out top to Bergen. Bergen bounced it inside, loose on the floor. Egoff from the seat of her pants. Got it out to Krebs. Krebs is double teamed. Back to Bergen. Shooting for three. Barely hit the rim. Rebound. Sanders saved it in, but could not save it all the way in. It goes into the cheerleaders and out of bounds to Penn.
Yeah, we're going through a little sequence here where it's a little chaotic. Prior to that timeout, the play got really, really sloppy, and there were some turnovers. And that time, the Tigers were looking to get the ball to Egoff down in the low post. And they did finally. The ball was tipped around, and they got a good look from Zoe Bergen, but she couldn't knock it down.
Peterson in for Egoff with 4:18 clock running third quarter. Penn 21, Warsaw 17. Out top, Troy, right side to Walsh. Walsh now to Atkins. To Troy on the left. In the lane area, high pass, knocked away, taken away. Stevens with the steal. In transition, ahead to Krebs. Drives it in the lane, throws it back out to Bailey. Around to Peterson, right corner. Peterson one-on-one against Bobo. Tries the baseline, got cut off. Up the sideline to Krebs, now to Stevens. 3:48 clock running third quarter. Tigers with the ball down by 4. Peterson holding on the right, out to Bergen. To the left to Stevens. Stevens looking in at Sander. Peterson looking, fakes the lob, out to Stevens. Now to Krebs. Sander and Hoover really starting to go at it down there in the paint. Stevens with both feet and the ball in the center circle, waiting for a new play to be arranged. Now Peterson, Sander, left side Stevens. Looking and holding, out top to Krebs, and a whistle and a foul away from the ball, and this is going to be a holding foul against Hoover. I told you those two are really starting to swap paint down there in the painted area. And Trent Beer says, we're going to just stop this right now.
Yeah, I saw him banging hard earlier. I didn't see that foul that time, but the officials are watching it.
Stevens gets it into Bergen down here below us. Up the wing to Stevens. Stevens dribbling right. Now comes back to left. Looking inside, throws it down to Sander. Sander had it slip through her hands, and it's out of bounds. Off of Abby, and it belongs to Penn.
Yeah, that was a nice pass that time. It did go through Sanders' hand. It was well executed. They set it up beautifully and tried to get the ball down to Sander in the low post, but the ball went off her hands.
Brooke Winchester in the game. Stevens comes out. 3 minutes, 2 seconds. Third quarter, Penn 21, Warsaw 17. I thought the first one to 40 would win. It might be 30. Walsh across to Atkins, who hit 2 big first half three-pointers, which was a big part of why they were leading. Bad pass by Walsh, stolen by Winchester. That's as easy a steal as she's ever going to get. Right corner, Bergen in transition. Down to Sander on the block. Double team, threw it out, tipped away. Winchester reels it back in. Out to Peterson, top of the circle, to the foul line, shoots it, air ball, rebound, Sander, knocked away, loose in the corner, Sander dives for it and tips it out of bounds. It'll belong to Penn.
Man, what a great effort by Sander that time. She didn't give up on that one. The Tigers ended up getting a 15-footer from Peterson. She left it short, but they couldn't come away with the offensive board.
Stevens back in, Krebs will get a quick break. Penn made wholesale changes. 4 new players into the game for Penn. Only Atkins, who is out there, is still out there. Little, Patton. They bring in Laney Creech, and Ekonomu is also in for Penn. They lob inside. Good catch by Patton. Knocked away. Picked it back up. Knocked away again. And saved in by Winchester. Sander knocked it free. Winchester saves it in. Here comes Warsaw, still down by 4. Right side Peterson. Out to Stevens. Around to Winchester. Down inside. Wide and out of bounds. Abby put her hand out. The pass hit her in the hand, but it glanced off and went into the student section, and Warsaw again goes without a shot attempt.
Yeah, what's the phrase you like to do? Pushing a rope uphill. That's what this feels like. It is just such a struggle right now to get a good shot or get the ball in the hoop.
At both ends. Little holding head high against the Warsaw zone. Left side Atkins right in front of her bench. Back across to Little. At the foul line, tipped by Krebs. Patton got it anyway. Takes it in, shoots over Sander. Shot an air ball. Sander the rebound. 1:35 left to play here in the third. Warsaw still trailing by 4. Left side to Krebs. Holding shoulder high out to Peterson. Fakes the three-point shot. Puts on the floor. Got around Patton. Put it off the glass. Got hammered. And a foul called. And then Creech demonstrates her displeasure with that call. Peterson to the free throw line to shoot. She's 5 out of 7 at the free throw line this season.
Yeah, Peterson with the pump fake on the 15-footer and then went to the hoop and drew the foul and is going to the line.
Creech with her first. 4 on Penn this half. Warsaw hasn't been called for one yet. Peterson's free throw is good. That's Abby's first point of the game. She averages a little over 2. Egoff in for Winchester with 1:21 left to play in the third. Penn leading 21-18. Peterson now with the second of 2 free throws coming. It's up. It's in. Abby with 2, 21-19. So finally, Warsaw breaks through. Can they get the steal and get a tie? Little up ahead to Patton. Patton down to the baseline. Push to the corner, trap there. Tried to spin her way in the lane, threw it across the lane, all the way to Atkins out on the left wing. Now Warsaw's running around, trapping everywhere. Little breaks free, lobs the foul line, Patton into the corner. A 3 by Creech, rims no good. It hit the bottom, top of the backboard, no good. Patton puts it back up and in. Apparently, according to the official out top, it did not hit the pole. Lenny Krebs disagrees. Penn scores, and it's 23-19. Kingsma back up by 4 with 42 seconds left to play here in the period. And Penn gets the ball at the next held ball or the quarter break. Krebs left side, out to Stevens, bad pass. Atkins got to it, stole it, put it up, missed it, foul call. Just a lackadaisical pass.
That's it exactly. Just got lazy just for a moment. One pass, one lazy pass results in a turnover by the Tigers, and Penn now going to the line. And like you said, they get the ball at the start of the fourth quarter or the next held ball.
Atkins to shoot. First one's up. It's good. She averages 6. She has 7 with that make. But she's not a good free throw shooter. She's 7 out of 13 with that one. And one more coming. It's up. It's no good. Sanders got the rebound. Abby outlets to Stevens. And here they come with pressure. Peterson, far sideline, long skip pass across to Krebs, 18 seconds. Out to Stevens. Stevens now with 15 seconds. Backs it out to the center circle. Lenny Krebs directing traffic, 10 seconds. Krebs fakes, throws it back out to Stevens, 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4. Stevens picks up her dribble. Now Peterson will launch. It's blocked. Egoff gets to it, shoots it at the buzzer. It does not go. It would not have counted anyway. After 3, Penn 24, Warsaw 19. We start the fourth in 60 on News Now Warsaw.
Hello, I'm Jay Rigdon. In basketball, as in life, preparation is key. That's why those of us at Rock Hill Pennock work so hard. We put in the long hours necessary to help you win your case. We develop our skills through legal education, mediation training, and using the latest technology to fight for you. Our attorneys use their decades of experience to make sure that we're prepared to give you the best outcome possible. If you'd like to talk to us about your legal needs, call 267-6116 for an appointment. Rock Hill Pennock, lawyers you can count on.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do? Oh what you gonna do? Call the boys in blue. Car stalls won't start. Oh what you gonna do? Oh what you gonna do? Call the boys in blue. Wrecking in these states and need the best rates. Take the next step, call Records Jeanette. Go with the guy who got the best tools. If you get in a wreck, they'll come and get you. Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do? Call Records Jeanette to come get you.
Remember, when you get in a wreck,
call Records Jeanette.
You're listening to the Warsaw Tiger Radio Network, 99.7 FM, 1480 AM, NewsNowWarsaw.com, and the News Now Warsaw app.
After 3, Penn 24, Warsaw 19.
Yeah, in that third quarter, Penn was 3 of 8 from the field. Warsaw just 1 of 4 from the field. Both teams with 17 rebounds. Penn with 14 turnovers. Warsaw with 13 turnovers.
And Penn with the ball up by 5 to start the fourth. Little against the 1-2-2 Warsaw zone. Creech was a back out for Patton, who pops out. Now Little on the left wing to Ekonomu. Atkins on the baseline. Patton for a 15-footer. Missed it. Rebound grab by Atkins, and Penn gets another chance. Out to Patton, and they will settle back into the new offense. Little out on the right. Between the circles, Ekonomu. Left side, Atkins. Atkins back out to Creech. Thought about the three-pointer, decided against it. I think she was a little farther out than she realized. Ekonomu out top, Creech. Left side, Atkins. Atkins one hands it out to Little. Right side to Creech. Down to the baseline for Ekonomu. Pass deflected, got out to Little. Little down to the corner, Atkins. Fakes the 3, runs around Sander. Shoots it on the run over Egoff and missed it, but a foul call. Egoff was there pretty early. The official standing right there, blows the whistle. Egoff with her first. Free throws coming up here for Atkins and the Kingsmen.
Yeah, that time Atkins got the ball down in the corner, and Abby Sander went running at her to get a hand in her face, and Atkins went right around her, and that's what ended up, Egoff came over and fouled her.
Free throw no good. Again, Penn, not a very good free throw shooting team at all. 56% as a team. Atkins 1 out of 3. She came into the game 6 out of 12. She's got one more coming after missing the first. 5'8" senior, dribbles, shoots, hits this one. She's got 8 points, and Warsaw trails 25-16. Warsaw facing pressure, 2-2-1 style. Sainer back to Krebs across the line, near sideline to Egoff. Egoff is trapped, gets it to Krebs. Krebs now to Sainer out on the right, then back out to Krebs. Warsaw needs to string some hoops together with some stops in between. Krebs drives partway in, hands off to Peterson, not a good handoff. Peterson bounces high-low pick and roll to Sander across to Stevens. Stevens started in and backs it back out. Now Stevens picked up by Creech on the switch, and we're going to have a foul called against Lainey Creech. That'll be her second. The 5th called against Penn of this half, out of bounds to Warsaw near the timeline, near sideline.
Yeah, this Penn's aggressive man-to-man defense is causing problems for the Tigers and not able to penetrate. That time they made a little bounce pass on a pick and roll to Sander, and then she got double teamed and had to kick it out. So the Tigers just struggling to get into a rhythm offensively here.
Zoe Bergen back to the game. Peterson takes a seat. 6:28 to play. Warsaw trails 25-19. Here as we play early in the fourth. Stevens will walk it out to the center circle. Throws it right to Krebs, who's really only had about 2 good looks at shots all night long. She made one of them. Krebs cutting through, not open. Stevens down in deep, Sander, double team in the corner. There's Krebs for 3. Nope, way off the mark. Bergen tracks down the rebound, and she'll stumble out near midcourt and hand it off to Stevens. Warsaw gets a rare second chance. Stevens to the center circle. Creech guarding her. Bailey looks frustrated. Creech has backed away, and so no count. Now Krebs. Warsaw's got people in the wrong places.
Yeah,
now Krebs is frustrated.
Right, they are. They're a little confused right now.
And Lenny Krebs is going to have to take a timeout. Timeout, Warsaw. This will be a full because that's all they have left. 5:37 left to play in the game. It's Penn 25, Warsaw 19. We're back in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Lake City Restoration on Argonne Road at Warsaw is there when you need them most. Call 574-385-9111. Whether it's damage from a fire, flood, mold, storm, or biohazard, Lake City Restoration is the solution for your emergency service needs. Call 574-385-9111. That's 385-9111. Online at lcrestore.com or simply Google Lake City Restoration.
When my team goes to work for you, we are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us at brianpetersongroup.com.
Dave Ramsey, weeknights at 6 on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Roger and Rob with you in the Tiger Den. Warsaw with 5:37 left takes a timeout to organize, trailing 25-19 to Penn. Krebs out top to Bergen. Right sideline to Stevens. Stevens looking at Sainer, can't get her the ball. Krebs will lob down in there. Sainer's fouled from behind. Patton will get her first foul of the game. Christy Ulrich kind of puts her hands behind her head and starts messing with her hair because she was like, no, that can't be a foul. And honestly, I don't know that it's been a very cleanly played game. Inbound pass kicked. Stevens had her pass kicked by Atkins. I believe those two know each other, so Atkins has a smile on her face for Bailey. On the inbounds, Bergen right corner, right in front of the Warsaw bench. Bounces out to Stevens on the wing. Warsaw down by 6 with 5:15 left. Stevens, they clear out the top, and Patton stole it and then kicked the ball down the court. Patton will catch up to it and put it up and in.
Man, what a great athletic move by Patton that time. Good defense, and then used her athleticism to catch up to the ball.
And now Warsaw's down by 8 with 5 minutes to go. Krebs with a hard jab step, looks in at Sainer, dumps it down to her. Sainer double teamed, backs in, shoots, missed it. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Little for Penn. There goes Patton up the far side, angling to the middle. Now takes it left, spins around, back to Little. Penn feels like they want to take control of the game right now, and an 8-point lead feels like 28. Ekonomu, right corner, out to Patton. Skip pass, left corner, over Bobo's head, and into the bench.
Well, if you're a coach, that would just frustrate the stuffings out of you because you got a big lead. You're not in any hurry. There's no sense in making those dangerous passes. Just take care of the ball right now.
Stevens through the center circle. Calls out the play. Penn in a zone defense. Oh, no, check that. They're in a man-to-man defense. Krebs, right corner to Egoff. Egoff to Krebs, around to Bergen. Now to Stevens for 3, way short. Rebound grabbed by Atkins. And Warsaw just has nothing going on the offensive end at all. Little bouncing it out for Bobo. Right side for Atkins, down to the corner to Patton. To Ekonomu. Out to Little at the top. Back to the right for Patton. Patton against Stevens, skips it across at the feet of Atkins, or she might have had a chance for a jump shot. Patton, left corner. Little's wide open. Three-pointer, rimming, no. Stevens wrestles for the rebound. Atkins comes out of there with it. Stevens slow to get up. In the lane, a whistle, and they're going to call a foul on Warsaw on the drive.
Yeah, Bailey and one of the Penn players had the rebound together. Bailey ended up on her back, and Penn had the ball, so Penn benefited from a no call that time.
And now it's Little at the free throw line after the foul by Stevens, which was her second. Little had not scored since the first quarter, and that one's up and in. She's got 5, and now Penn's in control of the game. 28-19 leaders. Warsaw has not scored yet in this quarter. They have 6 total points since halftime. This one's up. It's good too. Timeout Kingsman. It is a full. 3:32 left to play in the game. Penn 29, Warsaw 19. We're back in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Basketball is a game where your team could play man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press. you could focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy you use, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder for Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future.
Let Alder for Bergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder for Bergen and Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderforbergen.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Your late model is wanted at R&B Car Company because we're buying vehicles. That's right. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, even those big honkin' diesels. And we're buying on the spot. It's business as usual. Max allowance for your trade. Or we'll still give you $2,500 minimum for your trade-in. No payments for 90 days with approved credit. We'll deliver or buy your vehicle anywhere. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, Michiana. Fast and friendly service and the best deal bottom line. Shop now and get pre-approved at RVCarCompany.com.
Now back to the Lady Tigers on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Well, it's a song, and it's the truth. It's now or never for Warsaw. They got to go. They're down 10 with 3.5 minutes left.
Yeah, absolutely. They got to capitalize on each possession now at this point.
And some threes have to start falling in there, too. Krebs right wing. Out top, Bergen. Around to Stevens. Open. And she had a chance, didn't take it. Egoff in between the circles, right side to Bergen. Bergen throws it inside. Stevens got free and scores. How about Bailey Stevens in the post after the timeout? 29-21, 3 minutes left.
Yeah, great aggressive play by Bailey that time, going after that pass, making sure she got it, and then went strong to the hoop.
Patton across the line into a double team. Timeout, Penn. Well, it's good timeout because Patton just threw the ball into the Penn bench. She threw it right in between two girls. And so this will be a full timeout because that's all Penn has left with 2:55 left to play in the fourth. Penn 29-21 leaders at Warsaw. We're back in 30 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Welcome to another exciting year of Tiger basketball. At Rock Hill Pinnock, we enjoy listening to a hard-fought game with excitement and uncertainty at the end. However, uncertainty is exactly the opposite of what you want from a law firm. You want attorneys who know the law, who know how to solve your problem, and can give you the certainty of sound legal advice. That's what we pride ourselves on here at Rock Hill Pinnock. I'm Jay Rigdon, and I'm inviting you to call us at 267-6116 for an appointment to discuss your legal needs. Rock Hill Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
This is Warsaw's Tiger Station. News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Again, the girls don't have a game for an entire week. They don't play again until next Tuesday. Northwood, Mark Heater and his bunch will be here to start conference play. Airtime 7:25 on News Now Warsaw. The boys begin on Saturday at Columbia City, and because of the way the schedule is set up, that will be their only road game of the 2021 portion of the schedule. They don't have another road game until after New Year's Day.
Yeah, I was looking at their schedule and I thought, boy, the whole first half of their season is at home, it seems like.
Warsaw pressing everywhere. In the corner, Walsh is trapped, struggling, and Warsaw's going to get a foul. Walsh, I think, from our angle, which isn't the best, it looked like she was trying to, stand out of bounds, kind of jump out of bounds and throw the ball back in. And the official got fooled, but that's a foul, and it's on Krebs, and that's her first. Warsaw with only 14 fouls. Walsh near midcourt. Atkins underneath the basket for an 8-footer. That's no good by Creech. Rebound, though, to Penn, and they get another shot at it. Now Walsh back across to Atkins. Again, Warsaw chasing everywhere. Little throws it back out to Atkins. Now to the near side for Walsh. Back across the top to Atkins. Over the top of Bergen. Back to the near side of Walsh. In the lane, Littles. Out to Patton. Shooting for three. No good. Rebound tipped. Loose in the lane. Grabbed by Creech. And she puts it up and in.
Yeah,
Two Lady Tigers had their hands on it and couldn't bring it in. Stevens. Out to Krebs. Warsaw down by 10 again. 2 minutes left. Warsaw will lose their second in a row. Stevens backs it out to the timeline. Lenny Krebs is telling them, let's go. Everybody just kind of standing around. Krebs out top to Peterson. Peterson right side Stevens. Stevens up the baseline, shot block, foul call. Atkins with her first, I believe. Yes. And the feeling after this game is over, won't be quite the same as it was on Saturday when you walked out of there and went, yep, they're really better than us. I'm not sure the Lady Tigers are going to feel quite that same way against Penn.
I agree totally, because I don't think Penn is a lot better than us.
Nope.
And, it hasn't been for lack of effort, but I'll tell you that the Lady Tigers need to get this offense figured out. Some poor shooting tonight, and they just haven't gotten in a rhythm offensively at all.
Stevens made the first. That's her 5th point. She shoots again. That one's good too. And Lenny Krebs will take a full timeout. 1:47 left to play, 4th quarter. Penn 31, Warsaw 23. We're back in 30 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, car stalls won't start, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, wrecking in these states and meet the best rates, take the next step, call records and net, go with the guys who got the best tools, if you get in a wreck, they'll come and get you, bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, call records and net to come get you.
Remember, when you get in a wreck,
call records and net.
The Warsaw Tigers play here on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Tiger Talk is back this coming Saturday. Lenny Krebs will join us right at the top of the hour, 9 o'clock. Talk about the Lady Tigers. Matt Moore will be in to preview the boys' season, which begins Saturday night at Columbia City. And, of course, we'll have a score update. Swimming and wrestling both start on Saturday. So we'll do all that coming up Saturday, 9 a.m. on Tiger Talk on News Now Warsaw. And Patton will throw it in. Warsaw backs up. Not full court pressing. They're back up in a 1-2-2 half-court trap. They're going to trap out of it. Littles, top of the circle, lost the ball, but lost it to Patton in the corner. Out to Walsh. In the corner, Creech up the baseline, lobs it back out to Walsh. Now to Atkins, around to the left corner, Patton. Back to Atkins, 1:28 left. Now Walsh is fouled by Krebs with 1:25. Her second, team's 5th, out of bounds to Penn near the midcourt line.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where fewer fouls hurt you. You only had 4 fouls before that possession. You want to get them up to 7 and send them to the free throw line.
On the inbounds, they get it to Atkins. Atkins at the line, lobs it, tipped by Krebs. It got to Walsh anyway. She whips the pass blindly under the basket to Creech. Down to Little, who puts it up and puts it in, and there's a foul. The Lady Tigers just never got all the way rotated around. Stevens will pick up her 3rd. With 1:16 left, Penn's up by 10, and they're going to beat the Lady Tigers here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And Penn is handling this pressure very well, very disciplined. Good crisp passing. They got good spacing on the court right now, opening those passing lanes.
Stevens with her 3rd. Littles for the 3-point play. It's around and no good, and Bergen's got the rebound. There's a foul called on Atkins on that rebound. So Warsaw going to get a couple of free throws here without having to run an offense. And anytime tonight they can do that, it's a good thing.
That is definitely a good thing. Tigers going to the line to get some free points, hopefully.
With 1:15 left, Warsaw over the span of 2 games has a total of 42 points. That's 42 points in 63 minutes. Bergen to shoot, looking for her first point of the game. And that one's an air ball.
That's surprising.
That's a girl who'd made 10 out of 13 through the first 6 games.
Yeah, that's why it's surprising. It's always a good free throw shooter.
It's just all come unraveled. It just has. It's all come unraveled tonight. Clock running down to 1:10 left. Warsaw pressing down by 10, and Walsh almost threw that one out of bounds. Atkins whipped it back in bounds, but it's saved in by Stevens for the Lady Tigers. And then she went running down the lane and lost the ball on the way in. And Patton steals it, and Bergen fouls. Ugh.
Yes, it's definitely unraveling. And, at this point it's scramble mode, and Penn is in control. That's the bottom line.
Peterson to the scores table. Knepp also in. Egoff is out, and Krebs will come out. Patton to shoot 1-1 on the 7th Lady Tiger foul. Jada 7 out of 9 this season. First one's up. It's good. That gives her 7 points. Well, you would certainly expect her coming into the season to be 14, 15 points per game. She's only averaging 6.
Yeah, but she has made such an impact in this game outside of the points.
Second one up. That one's good too. She is a Lady Tiger killer. I hope it's okay for me to say I wish she would graduate and go away.
Yeah, absolutely. I think she would take that as a compliment.
I hope so.
That's how it's meant.
45 seconds left. Stevens off a high screen. Gets away from Patton. Dribbles into a triple team and got fouled on her way to the basket. Oh, and Adkins drew the foul and then pushed her own teammate away. Oh, and then looks at her teammate and goes, sorry.
Yeah.
That's my bad. Adkins with her 4th foul. Is that really 4 fouls? Huh. Egoff in, Peterson back out with 41 and change left. Stevens made the first free throw. She has 7. She made a both. She has 8. 35-25. Warsaw down by 10, 40 seconds left. Patton deep in the backcourt. Long cross-court pass to Atkins. Down the lane, Littles. Put it up and in. She's in double figures with 10, and it's a 12-point Penn lead with half a minute to go. Stevens up the left baseline. Dribble between her legs. Ran into Patton. Foul called on Jada. That's her second. More free throws coming up here for Stevens and the Lady Tigers. 22 seconds left. Stay tuned after the game. Final scoring, final stats. An interview with Lenny Krebs afterwards. Stevens shoots the penalty. It's the 10th foul on Penn. First one's up and good. So Bailey with 9. She had 16 total points in the 2 games at Crown Point on Saturday. Missed that one on purpose and took off across the line.
Yeah, she shot that one long and she knew it immediately, and she tried to get the offensive rebound but crossed the line too soon.
Free throw shooter, and everybody behind her has to wait till the ball hits the rim, and Bailey did not. And a whistle and timeout Penn. This will be their last. We'll keep it here with 22 seconds left to play in the game. Penn will up their record to 5-2. Warsaw will fall to 5-2. Frustrating, right? That's the word, frustrating.
Well, it really is frustrating. We knew coming in Penn was very good defensively. In fact, they give up 25 points a game. Warsaw has 26 points on the board. We knew it'd be a challenge offensively tonight, but yeah, when you play defense as well as the Lady Tigers are playing defense but can't get any rhythm offensively, it does become frustrating because, you know, you get a couple of holds, but you can't get any points on the board, and they start to pull away, and you continue to struggle offensively, and it gets frustrating.
Well, the game was stuck at 21-17 for what, 3 minutes?
Yes.
And Warsaw, most of that time, never even got a shot off.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and Coach talked about maybe putting in a new offense to try to get some better looks, but we haven't seen that here tonight.
Warsaw pressing, trailing by 11 with 22 seconds left. This is really just practice, right? They're practicing this. Long pass to midcourt. Patton is fouled, or is Justin Shippey going to call travel first? Yes, he is. Patton turned and started running with the ball like she just caught the pass from Aaron Rodgers. Turned it over. So the travel happened before the foul. So Abby gets a free one there. And with 20 seconds left, Warsaw will bring it across the line. Stevens, stop and go move, lost the ball. Atkins is fouled. Bergen with her 4th and will walk the length of the court with 12.4, and Penn will shoot more free throws.
Yeah, and obviously at this point the game has been decided, so you know, the ideal is get out of here without anybody getting hurt. I'm guessing that's why Caselin is on the bench at this point. She's got that banged up thumb. No sense in risking getting it damaged anymore.
Adkins shoots, missed it, long rebound. Adkins got her own rebound. Too many mistakes by the Lady Tigers, and it's going to cost them the game tonight. Up the sideline, Adkins. Time runs out. Game is over. Final score, Penn 37, Warsaw 26. Post-game coverage begins after this 90-second break on News Now Warsaw.
Warsaw Tiger Radio Network, 99.7 FM, 1480 AM, NewsNowWarsaw.com, and the News Now Warsaw app. Lake City Restoration on Argonne Road at Warsaw is there when you need them most. Call 574-385-9111. Whether it's damage from a fire, flood, mold, storm, or biohazard, Lake City Restoration is the solution for your emergency service needs. Call 574-385-9111. That's 385-9111. Online at lcrestore.com or simply Google Lake City Restoration.
When my team goes to work for you, we are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us at brianpetersongroup.com.
Basketball is a game where your team could play man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press. You could focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy you use, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future.
Let Alder Bergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderbergen.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Your late model is wanted at R&B Car Company because we're buying vehicles. That's right. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, even those big honkin' diesels. And we're buying on the spot. It's business as usual. Max allowance for your trade. Or we'll still give you $2,500 minimum for your trade-in. No payments for 90 days with approved credit. We'll deliver or buy your vehicle anywhere. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, Miss Shieta. Fast and friendly service and the best deal bottom line. Shop now and get pre-approved at rbcarcompany.com.
Find out what's happening in your community on In the Know, Saturday mornings at 7 on News Now Warsaw.
Final score tonight, Penn 37, Warsaw 26. Both teams end the night at 5-2. Final scoring for the Kingsmen, Lauren Walsh 2, Gracie Bobo 2, Laney